morning, good afternoon and good evening. Welcome to Smashing English. Before we start this video, be sure to subscribe because we make new videos all the time and I don't want you to miss any. So with that said, let's get on with the video. Okay, I need to be careful how I say this, but today we are going to be looking at Harry Styles. If you are not a fan, Harry Styles was in this tiny little boy band called One Direction. You've probably not heard of them. And he has just released an album. And luckily for you, the lyrics are filled with English phrases, idioms. So we are going to look at the lyrics today and see how much English we can learn from them. Let's go. Okay, so let's start off with As It Was. You know, it's not the same as it was. Great song. And in As It Was, there is a line that goes like this. Holding me back, gravity's holding me back. Now I want to draw your attention to the phrasal verb to hold back, to hold something back. If you hold someone back, you are restricting them, you are stopping them from going off and succeeding and doing well. So he's kind of poetic in this lyric and he says that gravity's holding me back, almost like gravity is stopping me from flying, in a way. Don't confuse hold back with hold on or hold off. There are quite a few phrasal verbs with hold, but they all mean different things. Hold on means wait. Hold off also means wait, but we normally use hold off in a sentence. So hold off on buying that house until you have the money. So wait to buy that house until you have the money. We can also have hold up, which is a delay, a wait. So you could say, oh, I'm stuck in traffic, but I don't know what's holding everything up. I don't know what's holding all the cars up. What's delaying us? You see, there are loads of phrasal verbs with hold, but this one is hold back. Remember that one. Okay, let's move on to the song Matilda. I love this song. I love the book Matilda. I love the movie Matilda. Just great, beautiful. And there's a line in Matilda that goes like this. So you tie up your hair and you smile like it's no big deal. This no big deal is quite American, but a lot of British people use it as well because, you know, language travels. No big deal. It means it's nothing. It doesn't matter. It's not important. It's no big deal. You might also hear it's no biggie. No biggie. Yeah, it's no biggie. A similar phrase to this that British people use would be no worries. So if someone thanks you for something or says, oh wow, that was amazing, thank you so much for doing that, an American might say, it's no big deal. British people might say, no worries. No worries. Okay, let's go to late night talking. So, Late Night Talking is the name of this song. Let's have a look at a line from Late Night Talking. You stub your toe or break your camera. I want to draw your attention to stub your toe. This is how we refer to the act of oh my toe. You know, when you get your little toe on it and you hit it on something, we never say I hit my toe or I kicked my toe. It's always stub your toe, which is weird because we don't really use stub for anything else related to the body. We don't say like, oh, I stubbed my finger, I stubbed my leg. Stub your toe. That's the only time you would use stub for the body, really. And also in Late Night Talking, we have I can't get you off my mind. This is a super common phrase. If you can't get something off your mind, it just means you can't stop thinking about it. But this is how a native would say that. Oh, I just can't get that man off my mind. Ugh. Okay, let's move on to Music for a Sushi Restaurant, Music for a Sushi Restaurant. And this song starts off with green eyes, fried rice, I could cook an egg on you because you're so hot. So I want to draw your attention to the word could. Notice he's not saying I can cook an egg on you. He's not saying I will cook an egg on you. He's not saying I cook an egg on you. He says I could cook an egg on you. Hypothetical, conditional. It's not really going to happen. Harry Styles is not going to crack an egg on someone and it's going to cook. That's just not going to happen. We're in a dream world. It's hypothetical. I could cook an egg on you, you know, if I wanted to. Then in the same song he says this. You're sweet ice cream, but you could use a flake or two. So he's referring to a flake 99, which is an ice cream that every British person grew up buying. So if you go to the ice cream van, you get a flake 99. I think they were called 99s because they used to cost about 99p, but now they're like £2.50. Ugh, inflation. But what I want to draw your attention to is you could use a or two. This is a phrase that we say, and it's a way to exaggerate what someone might need. So you'll say, oh, okay, oh, she's beautiful, but she's quite thin. She could use a burger or two. It means like this person or this thing or this place needs this. I think they need that and they would benefit from it. Then also in Music for a Sushi Restaurant, he says this: I don't want you to go broke. So this is interesting because Harry Styles is British, but he spends a lot of time in the States, I believe, I don't know. So he uses a lot of Americanisms in his writing. So to go broke means to lose all your money, to completely lose it. Okay, let's move on to the song Daylight. And in Daylight, he says this: if I was a bluebird, I would fly to you. So if you know your conditionals, he's using the second conditional here. And we use the second conditional when we're talking about hypothetical situations. So, if I had money, I would give it to you. I don't, but I'm dreaming about a hypothetical situation. If you're not confident with your conditionals, I will leave a link down below to my video that explains all of the conditionals and how to make them. But Harry Styles makes a very, very common mistake here. And it's one of those mistakes that people do so much, I think it'll become more and more accepted that it's okay, you can say it, it's fine, but I'll just draw your attention to it. So most of the time it is accepted that if you are talking about a situation that is so unreal, it's so never going to happen, we say if I were, not if I was. So obviously Harry Styles is never going to be a bluebird, I don't think. That's ridiculous, it can't happen. So we would say if I were a bluebird, if she were a bluebird, if they were a bluebird, if you were a bluebird, tends to be were for these kinds of situations. Okay, let's move on to the song Little Freak. And there's a line in Little Freak that says, but your gift is wasted on me. If something is wasted on someone, it means that they are not the right audience for it. They can't appreciate it in a way that it needs to be appreciated. So if you have an amazing opera singer, oh my goodness, the most amazing opera singer you've ever heard, her gift might be wasted on people who aren't musically talented or musically knowledgeable, maybe. So you've got an audience of people who have no interest in music, they don't know the difference between a good singer and a bad singer, and then you get an opera singer, amazing opera singer in front of them, and she sings, and then the audience say, yeah, she was good, she was okay. Then we might say, oh, her voice is completely wasted on them. What a waste. She's completely wasted on them. Okay, let's move on to the song Boyfriends. And in Boyfriends, there's a line that goes like this: you love a fool who knows just how to get under your skin. Now, I want to draw your attention to under your skin. This is like the Frank Sinatra song that goes, I've got you under my skin, like that one. It's the same thing. If someone is under your skin, they are so a part of you, like, oh my goodness, I can't stop thinking about you. You've put yourself in my body. You know, I can't forget about you. I can't stop thinking about you. I can't detach myself from you because you're under my skin. You're with me. Like, oh my goodness, I can't escape you. In a good way or a bad way. We can kind of use it in both ways. So you might say, oh, my colleague has really got under my skin. Like, like, he's managed to get into me and now he's all I think about and I'm really angry about him and, oh, I can't escape him. Or it might be, yeah, she's really got under my skin and now I walk around and I can't think of anything else. It could be a lovely thing, but Depends who it is. And that's about it. I hope you have learnt a few new phrases and little English tips that you can take in your everyday life. Music and lyrics are a great way of learning English, so next time you're listening to an English song, look at the lyrics, see if you can find any new words that you didn't know. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And if you would like a one-to-one online English lesson with me or my partner Bez, the link for that is down below. And if you want to follow us on Instagram, you can do so there. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Ta-ta!